And there's a problem here, perhaps, that it may be a little too large for the buildings around it, I think.
What guided the planners in their transformation of an old mining area in economic decline into the fastest growth point in the northwest of England? I asked Dick Phelps, the general manager of the Development Corporation, what was the most important thing to note about the new town?
To compare it with the typical town that has grown up over the centuries. In the traditional English town, you see a mixture of land uses, you see factories near houses on many occasions, you see main roads and heavy traffic going right into the town centre. The difference in a new town is that you can plan things from the beginning to ensure that you have separate industrial areas convenient to the residential areas where the workers may live, but sufficiently separate from them so that any problems of noise and nuisance and so on don't impinge on the residential areas. Fundamentally, in terms of the car and people, the motor car has to make the longer journey normally from any 2 points, while the pedestrian route follows the desire line, direct desire line, between the main centres of activity. The town is being built for people, and we've got to keep their needs absolutely in the forefront of our thinking all the time. We do this in numerous ways, but all the time I see it as one of my most important jobs to remind everyone that it is the people that will matter at the end of the day.
And there's a problem here, perhaps, that it may be
Visitors to the new
large
towns
for
from
the
home and abroad run into many thousands every year.
Don't forget your number, sweet next to this box. Everyone becomes Boris Johnson.
Skelmersdale Corporation has learned by experience, sometimes bitter experience, that when all is said and planned, new towns are for people. The corporation is by far the biggest landlord in the town, and it's gone to immense trouble to provide an interesting and varied scene for the people who live in its dwellings. Its architects designed a series of compact housing areas, each with a style as distinctive as its name. The style of building at Pennylands, for instance, is quite different from that at Digmore. And the latest development at Tanhouse also has its own distinctive air. Its white, flat-topped houses clinging dramatically to the hillside inspired some irreverent wit to call it Little Jerusalem, or with a fine impartiality, the Casbah. It all helps to remind the planners that they're dealing with human beings. Planners have a somewhat mixed image in the public mind, compounded of superstitious awe for their expertise, resentment of their power over lives, and music-hall jokes about their mistakes. Be that as it may, the men who designed Skem are manifestly human. It shows in their care to make life not only efficient, but pleasant in these neighbourly clusters of houses. The apparently casual settings are carefully designed to reveal a new vista at every turn, a constant change of scene. The system of walkways ensures that children can walk to school or play around their houses safe from wheeled danger. The young mother can rest secure in that knowledge. And private too. The air is clean in Skem, blown in from the sea 12 miles away, and wherever possible, the living area faces the sun. Each close, grove and court is a cul-de-sac, which bars through traffic, but allows easy access to the family car and the milkman's float. The skyline isn't marred by a weedy forest of TV antenna. Each house has its individual connection to a communal mast. The town is full of thoughtful details like that. The black lines on this walkway, for example, aren't just an architectural fancy. They indicate that this is one of the pedestrian routes leading to town centre, weaving under and over the traffic and across the clubs, which have been retained as a natural feature of the town. A bewildering contrast for new residents coming to Skelmersdale from overcrowded towns, obsolete houses and treeless streets. They're sometimes confused by the luxury of a pleasant environment and houses built up to and often well beyond Parker Morris standards. It's Russell Milligan, the housing manager, who has to sort out the problems.
what sort of tests do you apply to prospective tenants?
It's quite simple, really. The only qualification is that the family should live in a prescribed area of North Merseyside, which includes Liverpool.
And you take a fairly wide spectrum of people. Now, does this raise the old jibe about keeping coals in the bath?
Oh no, this is rubbish, David. In fact, our tenants maintain their houses in a very good condition. In fact, the level of vandalism in the town is relatively low.
In fact, the opposite is true, that you're sometimes charged with skimming the cream off the area that you draw from.
Well, just look at this family moving in, David. Any family who are prepared to move here to a new environment are usually the more ambitious and get-up-and-go type anyway.
You provide a fairly wide range of accommodation from little flats up to 7-bedroom houses, don't you?
Yes, we do. In fact, we've even considered knocking 2 houses into one to provide accommodation for a family of 19.
Oh.
And incidentally, sitting tenants do have an opportunity of buying their house. Yes, please. Please come in, David.
Thank you. Well, that's very pleasant, isn't it?
Well, this is typical of many of the different types of houses that the corporation are building. This is, as you can see, a dining living area,
yes,
which is adjacent to the kitchen here.
Oh, I see, and not really divided from it at all.
Not at all. In fact, it's proved to be a very popular type of layout.
And the kitchen itself, that's pretty well laid out for them, is it?
It is. It's very well laid out with provision there. There's a space for a cooker, space for a fridge,
yes,
adequate socket outlets, the working surfaces at the right height,
yes,
the kitchen cupboard provided on the wall and the ground floor level here.
And is this specially designed to sort of work-study levels?
It is, yes. It's built to full Parker Morris standards.
Ah,
yes. Oh, by the way, David, this is an additional toilet with wash and basin.
Well, that's useful, yeah. Especially for a mother with a young family,
Quite,
again, I suppose.
Quite. And of course, this is the living room. As you can see, the corporation have furnished this room to give prospective tenants an idea, not only of layout, but of the cost of providing furniture. The entire ground floor is covered with plastic tiles.
Yes.
And this provides an acceptable surface without the need for expensive carpeting.
Ah, I see. The bathroom, with another WC, of course.
Yes, and note the extractor fan, which is operated by the light switch. Top of the stairs here, there is a walk-in storage cupboard. And so far as possible, in the bedrooms, we provide fitted wardrobes.
Ah, now that's quite a big bedroom, isn't it, really? Nice garden, too. Somebody's been doing some work down there.
Each new garden is planted with a tree to welcome the new tenant and to encourage a little healthy exercise. And when his toil is done, each weary gardener in Skem can relax in his centrally heated lounge. Oil-fired heating is widely used here. But if it's to be self-sufficient, a new town needs jobs as well as houses. Skem will eventually have to provide 36,000, most of them in industry. Its success so far has been outstanding. But the Development Corporation has had its share of setbacks, and its adaptability has been severely tested. At one stage, there was too much housing and not enough industry. So the corporation changed the rules to allow people to live in Skelmersdale and travel to and from work in Liverpool. Normally, industry recruits its labour from North Merseyside, and the men then move with their families to homes in the new town. Where special skills are demanded but not locally available, the corporation will provide houses for key personnel. It's worth noting that not only is the labour force in this part of northwest England quickly adaptable to new skills, but the town also has a lower incidence of strikes than the national average. Factories and houses are only half the story, of course. People also need the 101 sports facilities and social organisations which make up a living community. That is the concern of Norman Pritchard, the Social Development Officer.
Yes, I and my colleagues spend quite a lot of time giving support and help to organisations which the town will eventually establish, which it takes a while to establish, and we try and give our help to getting these off the ground more quickly than they would otherwise happen of their own accord.
What do you provide in the way of bricks and mortar for these organisations?
In each of the residential areas, we try and provide a meeting room, a very small meeting room, which provides for family parties, for bingo,
for meetings of all sorts in the immediate locality of the houses. And then there are other buildings in the town, and particularly one like this, the building we're in now, which is Quarry Bank, which was originally an old stone house bought by the corporation, used by us as a meeting rooms. And in the last year or so, we've extended considerably with the help of a grant from the Carnegie trustees. This gives us a building in which a whole variety of things can take place. Often there are as many as 6 and 7 different functions run by some of the town's organisations in the building at any one time. The corporation were instrumental in getting this scheme off the ground, and now as a going concern, it is being run by a voluntary organisation, the Quarry Bank Community Association.
You were talking earlier about religion. What kind of facilities do you provide for this aspect?
Ah yes, now this brings us to a scheme very close to my heart. Let's go and see the model. This is a model of the Ecumenical Centre. It's a unique project. It's the only one in the country we know of where 5 separate denominations have decided to pool their resources and build one building for all their activities, which otherwise would take place in 5 separate establishments.
The main area is for the worship and social activities of all the denominations. In addition, there's a lecture theatre, library, and interview rooms for social workers and clergy. There's a smaller chapel here, and this in the front is a coffee bar and lounge, which doubles during the day as a club for the many old people who live in the area. A remarkable example of Christianity in action.